Glorilla, she actually dropped a new single with Pooh Shiesty, which they probably would have dropped the whole video, but it's a visualizer instead because he's locked up right now with that whole BS going on. With it's so much fabrication going on. These bloggers, they go put out anything for a click. They don't any new lie development that goes on, bro. They gonna put it out there, bro. So like I said, she threw some shots at Megan, and the whole beef started with her basically playing Tory Lane's music on social media. Everybody's seen that, and I don't pay attention to female rap, honestly, y'all, but it's out there now, so whatever. And she basically, I don't listen to neither one of their music. Glorilla, she actually pretty cool though. She could actually kind of rap a little bit. Yo Gotti kind of developed her skills just a lot more than what she was when she first started coming out hopscotching, and looking like a tomboy and stuff. Now she look like a lady, like Lil Chat and them who was rapping, Gangsta Boo and them. That's who I guess she caught wind of, like how they was still classy a little bit and ratchet and, basically all that stuff that they want to promote, which is still not a thing. So they came out with the single Main, and Glow took some shots saying Ho tried to little sis me. I passed her, thought I was Main. Ho faster, Ho think faster, victim playing ass. Ho stop capping. Ho went straight to hater from clapping. So that was a direct shot at Meg, man, which is crazy. Because the whole world knows she lied on Tory, man. So it's like, at this point, she got to play the part. As soon as that gun went off and she started playing and that motherfucking camera said action, she played that role so good. Dude took it through. The one chick crying on every interview. What female can't make up some fake tears? Yeah, man. So, hey, man, say man, and that's what it came to, man. Today, I see Future. He dropped a single Radio, and it's a hot track, man. And Future always got the bars to come with it. So basically, he dropped this, and it's the first single he dropped in almost 2 years. Really, since the Young Scooter, since FBG Casino, his brother getting caught with the meth at the house and the 350,000 or something like that in cash by the feds and got bonded out for 100,000. So this is just the aftermath of all of this. This the aftermath album of all of these events happening, and we're gonna see where Future actually landed with this mentally, musically, and everything. Because we like, for example, Yo Gotti still hasn't dropped anything yet since 2024. But all of this happened with Future in 2025. Shortly after the Young Scooter's death, his brother got, locked up, probably behind that same kind of timeline, because they seen where Young Scooter was at. The young woman who actually did all the dramatization and everything, got everything, brought to the light. She most likely got the police, the feds involved in some kind of drug operation that she might have known about, because they affiliated with a lot of these females and everything. And like I said, he dropped that, a single Radio, and it's a nice song, man. It just seemed like a single for an upcoming project. This is usually how Future rolls out his projects. No, lately, especially no promo, no nothing. He just drops, and he know the fan base is there. The whole Atlanta is already watching, so he got the whole world, the whole United States, and different countries watching already. So, and he's mainly talking about how, like, just everything, how females come for information. A lot of these females don't have motives just to be with good intentions with you. A lot of people, a lot of people come for with bad intentions, when you playing with a lot of money like that. So, I mean, that's just something he walked into himself. But on another note, T-Pain dropped another single, Dope Boys Academy, with T-Pain, Jeezy, and 2 Chainz, which is three Atlanta staples in Florida right there in one, which T-Pain was really big in the 2000s. He collaborated with everybody, and I got a few videos coming up on T-Pain, anyway. But man, that the single though is crazy. That was crazy. You gotta go listen to it. I wouldn't This is why 50 Cent sound is not relevant anymore. This is why he still hasn't jumped back in the studio. He brought T.I. out out of his dormant state, and just now he's just dominating the whole 2000s all over again with bringing that whole Atlanta sound back, sort of like with Metro's some futuristic summer that dropped last year. And this is just example, what happened with Casino, FBG Casino, getting bonded out on a drug case. They said he'd be stuck at home except for medical appointments and court dates, which he's going to get some time for this fentanyl case. And depending on his background, if he ever caught, a drug case, just from what he's rapped about in his songs, if you listen to the old Casino when they first came out, nothing is the same. Future even said that in the song Running Out of Time, where he states that he can't tell who real anymore. It's the ones that he cherished in the door. It'll never be like it was before he was climbing up the charts. He could have been talking about Casino, because shortly after he gets jammed up with all the fentanyl and everything. So, and people talk about how, why is they selling drugs if they so famous with music, this and that. Bro, look, Future is famous with music. You know what I'm saying? His family, he can't control what people do outside of his organization of free band gang Casino. So it's like people can't just blame Future for his brother's actions. You know what I'm saying? Because my brothers do actions that people try to blame me for, and it's just like, okay, well, I can't explain that, and you can't blame me for it. So that he is own man. You know what I'm saying? It's just it hurts you because it's like you got to see it. You still living through it. But going back from radio to same damn time compared to then and now, look at the little Pluto chain, man. Look at Young Scooter right there in the background. In Kirkwood, man. Kirkwood was an Atlanta staple. That's where they came from. They came a long way, actually, man, from wearing, look how they dressed, man. They dressed like just some regular neighborhood dudes. Future loped out. He got the whole Crip thing going on, but still, when Future finally blew up, this was the video they came out, same damn time, and he showed his alliance still with them Freemasons and everything. Like I said, they don't mention Freemasons, they mention Illuminati. And if you say Illuminati, you sound crazy, but because you can't say Freemasons because they're supposedly good people. And I got a video on that coming out. Versus now, man, versus last year, 2025, the Young Scooter post, look how far they came. Future hit single after hit single, working with everybody you can name across from rap to R&B. They came a long way. From Maceo being the first artist coming out of Kirkwood, blowing up, everybody thought he was from St. Louis. Maceo came with Next Tail Chirp and Ho Sit Down. And they made the radio version Go Sit Down. Man, Atlanta, I was just listening to a mixtape on live mixtapes with the old Atlanta sound, from them Franchise Boys to White Tee. It was a lot that went on back then. I'm not talking about Jermaine Dupri and all that other stuff. Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play. I'm talking about the real stuff, man. The struggle trap. They call it trap rap, but it's really come from struggle rap, because you wouldn't have to trap if you didn't come from the struggle, man. So yeah, that's my take on the old Atlanta, man. Same damn time compared to now with the new single Radio. And he said it's not for the radio. So we gonna see it that I'm pretty sure he mean that whole album. He not meaning just that single, because it's so much that happened. And this industry with the internet is basically showing people how they gotta live real lives too. You know what I'm saying? Stuff happening to them. Future even rapped before about how his son was on probation from running in the streets. And like I said, it's crazy how his son is just the same with 2D Raw. Boosie, they don't want their sons to be punks, but they don't want them to go too far with it, because they still have people who around them influence and probably getting their head and telling like, hey, your daddy such and such, he gonna get you out of jail. You gonna get right out. Do what you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's a whole like a trust fund mentality that come with these rappers' kids. And Lil Wayne's daughter seemed to be pretty low key. His sons seem to be pretty low key, well rounded. They not out doing stuff like 2D Raw and like Boosie's son, T.I. son, King, all showing this big ass mouth on the camera everywhere all the time. they more laid back, man. And that's what the real money do in rap when you take it off elsewhere. You don't even see Jay-Z kids out here doing all that. You don't see nobody kids other than the ratchet rappers coming out doing stuff. Cause Boosie, that you see what Boosie doing on the internet. That's exactly what his kids were gonna do. He got his videos of his son being in the parties with him with magnifying glasses, looking in between the strippers' legs and stuff. Man, I can't make this up, y'all. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, bro. Same damn time compared to now. And you know, you had Maceo and everybody in the same damn time video. The whole Kirkwood was there. That's where they were shooting the first videos in Atlanta and everybody, you know. So yeah. Then you even had DJ Esco in the video. You know, just take a look at that. That's Esco, man. That's crazy. This where it all started, y'all. They literally took it global. From Maceo, it went from Maceo to Future, bro. Them the two that really put Kirkwood on the map. And the whole Atlanta, really, as far as the modern Atlanta sound. T.I., all of them had to basically pass the torch over to Future. So they still came with they bangers. Don't get me wrong, but they still had to put the work in too. Yeah.